In this video we're gonna create a logout function. This is a continuation of the API frontend series, so you can check out this series here. And in the previous video we were able to create a user. For example, I have user 1, user 2 and user 3. We were able to create it, but after we were able to create it, the user just stayed there. It didn't disappear. So what we are going to do now is we're going to create the function logout so we can clear out the user and pretty much we can create another user. So I'm going to go into the terminal. I'm going to go into ls, type ls, and I'm going to go into my express folder. I'm going to go again ls, and then I'm going to go into the API and then code space that so I can open it in Visual Studio Code. Okay, so let me see what we have here. Okay, so we have the so we're gonna run it, and remember we have to run it both the back end and the front end. So I'm gonna type in npm run front so I can open the localhost 3000, that is the client, and in this terminal, in my other terminal, I'm gonna type in npm run, and it's gonna be let me see, I don't remember, I think it was examples. Okay, examples. So this is gonna open our server in localhost 8000. So we have that, and as you can see here we have our API, our app. Let's go to Redux, and we are able to register. So we have user 3, let's go for user 4. So user 4, and let's put some password and another password. Okay, confirm the password, and now I'm gonna send it. So okay, that's fine. And yeah, the state, let me see, user, and it's fine. So we have the ID, the name, the email, and the token. That is the important one. And since it's successful, it's returning us to the slice. So if it's successful, the navigate is returning us to the root, so pretty much to the localhost 3000. But we can log in, but we cannot register. If I type in register, it just pretty much stays like that, frozen. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna create a function named logout. So I'm gonna close this, and we're gonna create a function named logout that is gonna be able to clear this for us so we can register another user, because right now we cannot do it. So we are gonna go into the features. We're gonna go into the users slice, and let me see. So this is the register. Okay, so let's put a comment here. Let's just register, and let's go just below that, and let's put like this, logout, like that. And what we are gonna create right now is gonna be this function. So we need to export. So it's gonna be export cons, and it's gonna be logout like that. And we're gonna set it to create a sync thunk. So it's gonna be create a sync thunk, and we're gonna open parentheses just like the register, and inside of the single quotes we're gonna have the name of our global state, that is users, and then the name of this function, that is logout. So it's gonna be logout like that. Okay, so outside of the single quotes, let me see, we're gonna have the async. We're gonna have an asynchronous function like this, and this is gonna be an error function. So let me see. Okay, so we are not gonna pass anything here, but we are gonna await. So we're gonna await, since this is asynchronous, so we are gonna await for our servers So we're gonna wait for user servers, so it's gonna be users servers, and in there is where we are gonna have this function named logout, like that. Okay, with parentheses, since this is a function. So, and we are gonna save it, and let me see. So okay, that's fine. Okay, so now we need to go into our user servers, and pretty much we need to add that logout. So we are in the API, and let me see, we are gonna go we can go, this is it again. Let's put some comments. So we're gonna put register, and here is gonna be logout. That forward slash, so this is a comment. So now we are gonna have this const, and we're just gonna name it logout, like this, logout, and we are gonna set it. So this is gonna be set to an arrow function, like that. And let me see, for that we are just gonna use the local storage. So yesterday we saw the definition, the local storage property. The local storage is read-only property, and we're gonna use this. The syntax for removing the local storage item is as follows. So local storage dot remove item, and then in double quotes or single quotes, the, in our case, would be users. So if we go into our Visual Studio Code, we would just type in local storage that, and if we go here below, we have here remove item, parentheses, single quotes, and then our name of our users. So it's going to be users, like that. It's given at this error here because we need logout is declared, but its value never used, so we need to export it. So we're gonna go down below and just logout, so, and that error disappears. So we have that, and you can read more about the local storage. So here we have the value, a storage object which can be used to access the current origin's local storage space. So we have some exceptions. We have the security error, then we have the description, the local storage, and below here we have some examples. So we have the local storage set item. So this is, okay, the set item, this is what we saw yesterday or in the previous video, local storage that set item. And let me see, we have that, the local storage set item. The syntax for reading the local storage item is as follows. So we have this variable cat is assigned to the local storage that get item, and then the one that we are using it right now, the local storage that remove item. So we have that, and let me see, we are gonna go here, and yeah, we are exporting it. So let me see, what else do we need here? Okay, so now what we are gonna do is we are gonna go into our menu, home page, and no, it was not in home page. And our components, we're gonna go into now our navigation. So right now in our navigation, we're gonna import something. So we have the link, so we're gonna bring in the logout and the reset function. So it's gonna be import, and it's gonna be logout, let me see, logout, okay, and the reset functions, and this is gonna be from, let me see, from, and it's gonna be from the features, it's from users, and it's gonna be from the users slice. So we're gonna bring in the logout function and the reset function, and I'm talking about this logout function. And what is the reset? This is the reset function. Okay, so we're gonna bring in what else we need. So we need the selector and the dispatch. So we need the use selector and the use dispatch from the React Redux. So we're gonna import that too. So it's gonna be import, it's gonna be use selector like that, and camel notation, and use dispatch, and it's gonna be from React Redux like that. So we have that, and this is our navigation file, navigation.jsx, and our component folder. And just here inside of the navigation, we are gonna initialize navigate to the we're gonna set it to the use navigate, and the dispatch to the use dispatch, just like we did in the register. Let me see, it was like just, yeah, we can pretty much copy this and paste it here. So but let's just type it in. So we're gonna dispatch, we're gonna this, okay, navigate, and we're gonna set it to use navigate. Where is navigate? Okay, with parentheses, and the same, we're gonna have const selector, dispatch like this, dispatch, and we are gonna assign it to use dispatch. So we have that, we have initialized it. And what else do we need? So we have the navigate, we have the use navigate, and we have the use dispatch. So now we need the global state, that is the user. So we need to set it from the user selector. So we can go here, and we can the structure. So we can use here users, and we're gonna the structure from the use selector, and inside of the parentheses we are gonna have an error function, and here is gonna have the state like that, and here we're gonna have the state, and the only state that we have right now is the user state. So this is our only global state user, so it's gonna be users. So we can save it, and pretty much it's pretty much similar to the register. So we have that up to this point. What else do we need? Okay, so we have that, and okay, so we have that. Now, yeah, we are fine. What we need to do now is, okay, so we have the login, we have the register, so we need to create a, so as you can see, we have the navigation, we have the login, so we need a logout, and a logout icon here. So what we are gonna do is here, let me see, so I have this link, this navigation, and I have a login and a register. So what we are gonna do now is just below the navigation, so we have a link here. We are gonna have let me see, we're gonna use the global state, but we're gonna grab the users, okay, and we're gonna use the ternary operator. So if there is a users, so we're gonna grab something, we're gonna have some parentheses. If not, we're gonna put something else like that. Okay, so we have that, and as you remember, when we have one component like this is the rules for JSX. It has to be inside of one single element, one single fragment. So I'm gonna cut these two, the login and the register. I'm gonna cut it, and I'm gonna paste it right here. So we have that, and inside of this parentheses we only have one element, that is gonna be this. I'm just gonna grab it and I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, so but this one is not gonna be login, it's gonna be logout. Okay, so we have that. Let me see. So this ternary operator, let me make it, how can we do it? So let's just move a little bit like that. Okay, so we're gonna have this login, and let me see. Okay, so let's move it to the right a little bit, to the right. Okay, so we're gonna have login here, or it's gonna give us the register, so we can move it here. And in the first parenthesis we're gonna have this logout, but this one is not gonna be a link, it's gonna be, it's not gonna be a link, so we can just leave it like that. And it's gonna have a button, so it's gonna be a button, and this one has to be button too. And it's gonna have a function, so it's gonna be on, let me see, it's gonna be on click. Okay, it does it for me. And it's gonna be on logout, like this. So this is gonna be the name of our function. So I'm gonna save it. It's gonna give us an error right now, okay, because on logout is not defined, but okay, so we are fine up to this point. So pretty much what I did is we open curly braces and we are using the users from the user state, and I'm using the ternary operator. So in this first parenthesis we're putting the logout, and in the second parenthesis, so pretty much if there is a user we're gonna be using something, if not we're gonna be using something else. So in this something else we're gonna have the login and the register. So this is gonna be our li here link. Okay, so it's gonna be, let me see, so this one, okay, this li corresponds to the register, and this li here corresponds to the login. So we can move it maybe a little bit so it can look something like that. Okay, you can fix it that later, so yeah, it looks a little better. Okay, but now let's fix this function. So we need to create this function, and we are gonna go here, and pretty much we're gonna create a function that is gonna be const, and it's gonna be, okay, logout, I mean on logout, and we're gonna set it. Okay, so it's gonna be set to an error function like that. And here we're gonna dispatch the logout, we're gonna dispatch the reset function, and also we're gonna navigate back to the root. So we're gonna use the dispatch. Let me see. Okay, so I brought it here. So we're gonna dispatch, and we're gonna dispatch the function logout, okay, like this. We're gonna dispatch the function reset like this, and we are gonna navigate, let me see, it was like that. We're gonna navigate single quotes and then slash, so we're gonna navigate to the root. So let me see, we have the logout, we have the dispatch, and we have the reset. So let me see. Okay, so here we have this navigation, then we have the users, and okay, if the user log out, okay, we're gonna have this. If not, we're gonna have the login and the register. Okay, so we have that. Let me see, what else do we need? Okay, so we have this button, we have the logout, and let me see, if we go here, okay, so we have this button. Okay, So we have in navigation, okay, register. Oh, okay, but as you saw, I needed to refresh. And the reason that I needed to refresh is because if we go here into the user slice, I didn't add the add case for the logout. So what I need to do right now is I'm gonna go below here and I'm gonna add a case, and in this case it's pretty much similar to this one, but instead of the function register, I'm gonna use the function logout, like that, logout that fulfill. So let me see, fulfill, and let me see, it's gonna be a comma here, and we are gonna take the state here, like that, the state, and this is gonna be an arrow function, and inside of the curly braces we are gonna have the state that users, and we are gonna set it to null, like that, and we're gonna save it. So with that, what else do we need to do? We need to so we have the add that case, we are using the logout function that fulfill, we are grabbing the state, and we are setting the users to null. So let's save it and let's see if this works. So okay, let's save that and let's register something. Okay, so let's see, we have user 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's go for user 5. So it's gonna be user 5. Let's go here, user 5. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, the password 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's send. Okay, so okay, never mind, change the password. So this is just for educational purposes. So okay, so it's fine. User 5, so let us register, so give us a token, and you can see the actions here. Okay, so now I have my logout button, so this is the whole purpose of this video. So if I click it, let's see what happens. Okay, so pretty much it resets the whole thing, and let's see if I can register, I don't know, user 6. Okay, so yeah, I am able to register another user. So let me see first of all if I have user 5 here, if it went through. Okay, see, it went through, so I was able to register user 5. So now I'm gonna be able to register user 6. Let's say user 6, like that, user 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then send. Okay, like that, logout, register. Okay, and as you can see, we are able to register users, and also with this logout functionality we are able to clear out, to reset the whole state, so we can register another user. So in the previous video we were just able to register one user, and then we needed to pretty much go and delete the whole history, and yeah, pretty much delete the whole history because we didn't have this logout function. So just a recap, we went here and we created a logout just like we did with the register function. We created a logout, we set it to the create async thank, and here this is the name of our global state, that is users, and slash and the name of our this function logout. Asynchronous, we have an asynchronous function, we are awaiting, and this is asynchronous, and we are using the user servers, so it's going to be users servers.logout. So we need to go here into the user servers, and here we are going to have this function logout. We have the arrow function, and then we're using the local storage with the property that remove item, and we are removing users. And again, we have this information for the developer Mozilla. You have the syntax for removing the local storage item is as follows. So you have the local storage that remove item, so you can read that. We also have the syntax for removing all the local storage item, the local storage that clear. so you have that as well. And we need to export it, make sure of that. Then we went to the navigation file, the navigation.jsx, that is in the components folder, and we brought in the functions logout and reset from the user folder from the user slice file. We also brought the user selector and the use dispatch. So we set the navigate, we initialize it to the use navigate, dispatch to use dispatch. We use the users from the use selector, and we have the state.user, since user is our only global state. So we are destructuring and we're grabbing the users. And here in the return, just since we are using JSX, we have to put two elements inside. We cannot have two elements inside of this parentheses. It has to be inside one single element. So that's the reason I'm putting here brackets. I mean angle brackets here. And here we are using the ternary operator. So pretty much we open curly braces, we're using the users and using the ternary operator. So if users, so we're gonna be doing something. If not, we're gonna be doing something else. So the something else is gonna be the login and the register, so that's fine. But if we are able to register a user, then we are gonna be able to see this button that is gonna be the logout. So it's gonna be a button, as you can see, because right now if we go into the React, we are not able to see it, the logout. So we don't have the logout button right now. Why? Because we need to create the user first. Once we are able to create the user, first we're gonna see the login and the register. Once we are able to create a user, we are gonna be able to see the logout button. And yeah, it's gonna be a single element. That is the reason I didn't put this logout button inside empty fragments or just this empty angle brackets. And this one is a button. Okay, this one is a button, and we are using the onClick event, and we are gonna set it to this function named onLogout. And we went here and we created this function named onLogout, and here we have an arrow function, and from here we are dispatching. Since we are using the use dispatch, we are dispatching, and we are dispatching the function logout, we are dispatching the function reset, and when everything has completed, is sending us back to the root, so to the localhost 3000, as you saw here. So it's sending us back to the navigation.